Hello, my name is Tom Line, and you've tuned into my YouTube channel, Civil War Corner. Tonight we're going to discuss the Mason's Apron. You might ask, what does the Mason's Apron have to do with the Civil War? Well, it holds a very interesting place in the history of the Battle of Gettysburg. When the battle ended after July 3rd, there was a lot of debris strewn all over the battlefield. A soldier by the name of John Kunkel of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, in the Union Army, found on Culp's Hill a ceremonial Masonic apron. This was found in the rocks where the Confederates had been stationed. It just so happened Kunkel was a Mason himself. So he took the apron and donated it to his lodge in Harrisburg, and they displayed it on the wall for several years. Apparently they didn't really do a close investigation of it. Eventually it was taken down and placed in storage in the lodge. In 1908, Dr. John M.J. Rounick, who happened to be the worshipful master of the lodge, was apparently rummaging around the back and found this apron. He investigated it and looked at it very closely. On the back, he found a small insignia for a Boston manufacturing company, and very lightly embroidered, he found the name E.L. Fonda. Well, he wrote a letter to the Boston Manufacturing Company, and of course they had no idea who ended up with the apron after they had created it. He also sent letters to several Masonic lodges in the Boston area, but they could not find the name E.L. Fonda anywhere. Dr. Rounick did not give up easily. He sent a letter to the Adjutant General of the War Department, and that really didn't prove to be successful. He then sent 2 letters to the Secretary of the War Department, and the second one he struck gold. The second letter named E.L. Fonda as a member of the 14th New York Infantry, as we know the 14th Brooklyn, who fought near the railroad cut at Gettysburg. He sent letters to the Adjutant General of the New York Grand Lodge of Masons. Still not much information on Fonda other than being in the 14th Brooklyn. He sent another letter to the War Department. They in turn told him, hey, send a letter to the Pension Department, see what they have. The Pension Department wrote back and said E.L. Fonda lived in Watervliet, New York, and he was still alive. So now Rounick is zeroing in on the information he wants. He sent 4 letters to Fonda and got no response. It said that he sent a 5th letter that was worded much more strongly, and then Fonda responded to that one. And Fonda said that he had moved and he had received all his mail in one large package. So he proceeded to tell the story of what happened. The 14th Brooklyn, along with Fonda, had been at Chancellorsville. And of course, Chancellorsville did not go well for the Union Army. During the Union retreat, he had lost his haversack, and in his haversack was his Masonic apron. And he assumed he would never see it again, never thought he'd hear about it again. So as Rounick and Fonda continued to correspond back and forth, Fonda eventually sent a picture of himself from the war era, and the lodge in Harrisburg placed the Mason's apron back on the wall along with the photo of E.L. Fonda. Just one of those fascinating stories that if you dig deep enough into the Civil War, there are hundreds, thousands, millions of them. If you like what you've seen and heard, please click like and subscribe, and thank you for your time.